Hey everyone, Steve Kim here. Welcome to another edition of the Be Great, Be Kind Steve Kim Experience podcast, special hashtag R Hill edition. I got my man Yehuda, who owns an amazing local business just outside of Richmond Hill, but he's a Richmond Hill native, here to kind of talk to us a little bit about the business that he operates, what it's like right now to operate the business during COVID-19, and then some of the things that he's offering currently right now for all of his amazing friends, families, and clients. So Yehuda, thank you so much for taking your time out of a busy day to just kind of share who you are and your experiences with all of us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'll tell you honestly, I'm in the middle of butchering chicken. I stopped just to talk to
you. Hopefully you washed your hands.
You know what? I washed my hands so many times. There's not enough lotion. My hands are so chapped now.
I hear you. So you
actual policy. I'll tell you honestly, so quickly, just like what we've done, we've actually had our store closed for a month now to walk in traffic. And we're only allowing pickup and delivery. So we were actually the first ones to implement a complete no walk-in traffic in the store.
Oh, wow. So
what I do is to be careful, even though there's no contact, constant 6 feet between myself and the customers that are coming to pick up. I have a 4-liter bottle of sanitizer at my door, and I just wash my hands. Even though I didn't touch anybody, and I'm close still. Good rinse.
So. That's hilarious. You know, at least you're following the safety protocol. So good for you. Good for you. So for the select few people who don't know who you are, why don't you just share with everyone a little bit about who you are, your backstory, and how you got your start in the business?
Yeah, for sure. So what I do is this business is actually my second company. I'm actually a trained chef. I'm a Red Seal. I'm a butcher. I've been doing it since 2007. I graduated from George Brown. Nice. When I was 25 years old, I started my own food manufacturing company. I sold it just about 4 years ago, and opened up Brothers Butcher Shop. So we've been in operation now over 3 years. And so what we've done is we've actually pivoted. In the beginning, I was doing regular meat, and I wanted to do something different. So I went hormone antibiotic free. And I started buying when I was buying from larger companies, and I just felt things weren't right. And within about 10 months of being open, I decided to completely go local. Support the local farmers, all organic, all 100% grass-fed, all no hormones and no antibiotics ever. But the thing is that we do whole animal butchery from nose to tail. So literally, there's nothing going to waste. Everything's getting used. Amazing. And we're keeping our prices in line with the cost of regular meat at the grocery store. Because
what?
I think,
how's that possible?
My theory is, if I can feed you and your family at an affordable price, then you're gonna be happy, and you're gonna tell your friends. I'm not in it to become a millionaire. I'm in it to keep feeding, supporting the local farmers, supporting the local community. Yes, we deliver all over the GTA. But my primary business is still in Richmond Hill and Vaughan, right? Like the North York, Richmond Hill, Aurora, Newmarket, this little hub, and I want to be able to feed everybody the best they can eat for their family, but most of all, I want it to be affordable. I want people to be able to not feel like that pinch, especially now, right?
Yeah, you're right. And when you hear the things like the terms like grass-fed and organic and free range, people automatically assume there's the added expense there. So it's amazing, super noble of you.
You're right. And then, honestly, it frustrates me so much because I totally get the hesitation. And I tell people, here's the thing. So if I'm going to charge you the same price for chicken breast as you would pay for like the antibiotic-free chicken breast at Walmart, why would you buy it there when it's filled with 30% water, when you could buy mine that's air chilled? You're paying the same price per pound, and my chicken breast is going to go from that and to stay that, but when a Walmart's going to go down to that. Right? So you end up spending less money. Yeah. Right? You end up spending less money, and I also show people where my farmers are. I want people to see that there's a connection. We don't deal with the big companies. There really is, like Jeff Arnold from Phoenix and Arnold, that I'm going through 4 head of cattle a week with him. He's a friend of mine, but he comes and he delivers the meat sometimes. Wow. We're actually going to do a video in the next month or so. I'm going to do a video with him on butchering the animal together with him, because he's never actually seen it in person.
Wow,
it's amazing, right?
I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be amazing.
It's really And there has to be a connection, right? There's always a connection we have between the farmers, between me and my customers. I want everyone to realize that it's that everything's being respected.
Got
right?
it.
And that's so where everything, the animals have to be respected. They were born and raised and killed for our consumption. So we have to respect them and use nose to tail, everything.
I love that. I love that mantra of yours. It's just respecting, from where animals were bred and raised to where they are now, and making sure those relationships, stay strong, and they're paramount in your business. And,
Exactly.
I absolutely love that. And it resonates with who you are in the business that you're operating. Let me ask you, how did you get your start in the food industry? Like, were you 4 years old into grandma's kitchen and being like, hey, I'm going to be a chef one day? Like, take us back there.
So I'll tell you, I grew up in a very religious Jewish family. I'm one of 14 children. Yeah, I know.
That's a typical healthy Jewish family, is it not?
Yes, it's such a healthy religious Jewish family. And I used to cook. I cooked and I cooked and I cooked.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I was actually when I left high school and I went into construction, and eventually I ended up in the film industry. But I used to cook at home. And I used to love cooking for the holidays. I used to experiment. So for me, it's all in my hands. I love being able to, it's funny. The chef Jeffrey Loff at George Brown, I don't even know if he's still alive, but he was my first mentor. And one day he says to me, Yehuda, I want you to do, if there's one thing I can leave with you in life, is the minute you think you know everything about food, put your knife down and get out of the kitchen. God. And I said to him, like, what's that supposed to mean? He says, always keep an open mind. You'll learn something from everybody, and it's amazing. I'll tell you, when I was in France, because I worked in France for a year. When I was in France, sorry if I go off on a tangent. I get very passionate about what I do.
Yeah, it shows.
So I was working in Strasbourg. It's the northeast side of France, right on the border of Germany and France. It's actually been annexed by the Germans so many times, gone back and forth. And there's a little town called Munster, and they make the most delicious. It's like it's almost like a brie, but it's aged in a cave, and there's a smoky flavor, and it's so delicious. And but it's a very soft cheese. Yeah, your mouth is watering for me. It's honestly, it's one of the best cheeses I've ever had. I'm not kidding.
Okay, yeah.
It's a very soft cheese, and there's a dish called Munster au cumin. It's Munster with cumin. So all it is, you take toasted cumin seeds and you sprinkle it on the Munster cheese, and you basically with almost like a butter knife, you just like spread it on baguette. It's a dessert. You eat it after the meal. Yeah. So this cheese is very soft, and it's very hard to cut it when it's so soft.
Yeah.
And it doesn't present very well. So I put it in the fridge, and the chef says to me, an order comes in, I cut it up, put it on the plate, present it nicely, put it on the pass. Chef says to me, why is the cheese cold? I said, because I put it in the fridge. He goes, why do you put it in the fridge? He says, because it doesn't cut properly otherwise. He says, did the cheese ask you to put it in the fridge? And I'm like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? He goes, he says, you have to listen to each ingredient, right? He's like, the cheese, if you leave it at the room temperature, the cheese relaxes. It just wants to relax.
Yeah.
He says, you have to respect the food, respect the farmer. The farmer took the time to milk the cow, to take the milk and turn it into cheese. And then it sat there for months, and you stuck it in the fridge. Who do you think you are? I tell you, and that was like the aha moment for me.
Yeah.
You have to respect everything, every little ingredient. Like, people look at it like, if you want, I'll show you. I got 2 cows that came in today. Now the heads I've already butchered down. We turned it into a broth. But like, people say, why do you have the head hanging there? Like, I make a broth from it. It actually makes the most gelatinous, most flavorful broth. I'm like, why wouldn't I use the head? You get the stuff from the brains, the collagen from the teeth, all the collagen right between the jawbone. It's like, and you think it's the most amazing, honestly makes the most amazing broth. It's great for your skin, keeps you healthy.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. You know what? You have such an amazing passion for your craft, what you do. It's a shame that, unfortunately because of COVID-19, the doors aren't open in terms of people can't come and see you, because just meeting you or just getting to know you is a treat in and of itself. So
Thank you.
I love that. That's an amazing story. What an absolute incredible story. So obviously all of that learning, all of the mistakes, all of the appreciation has come to fruition with, your amazing background as a chef to owning and operating a phenomenal butcher shop locally. Let me ask you, what are some of the products that you offer? Because obviously I want to be able to promote who you are, your business right now. What are some of, I guess, some of the popular products that you offer, and maybe some of the ones that are a little bit more unique, off the beaten path?
So I'll tell you, so the products that we offer, everyone knows, like your chicken breast, your chicken legs, stuff like that. But the biggest thing that I push people, and I say to them, here's the thing, especially if you're coming from a grocery store mentality. When you go to the grocery store, you've got strip loin, sirloin, tenderloin, and rib steak.
Yeah.
Those are the main cuts. Now I tell people, there's a whole animal here. Like I've got literally they're hanging right down. Like there's such a whole, and it's so beautiful. There's the bavette, there's a skirt, there's the hanger, there's a flank like, there's like, you know what I mean? You've got the sirloin tip, there's a petite tender. There's so many cuts, and as you cut the animal down differently, because I cut it differently from September to March for the winter months for more roasts, whereas I go from April 1st till about Labor Day weekend, I'm cutting it differently for steaks.
Yeah.
So the big thing is, like, for example, like the blade, the shoulder blade, right? So the shoulder blade is either called a clod or a London broil. It's a great roast, but it's got a very tough tendon running through it. Now the thing is that tendon, it doesn't break down very easily, but it's a little chewy, but it's very good. It's still, you can still really eat it. It makes a great, inexpensive, medium rare roast. I'm not kidding. A
Nice.
great roast.
Okay.
But the thing is, when you fillet it for the summertime, you get 4 beautiful, lean, perfect steaks that I call blade steaks, right? So these is really, and the thing is, the difference is I'm cutting it differently from the grocery store, because the grocery store, they cut right through it, right down the middle, and you get that little gristle that I was talking about before.
Yeah.
That's how you get there. What I do is I fillet it off.
Okay.
And I take that gristle and I eat it because I like it. It's pure collagen, right? I eat it. I love it, right?
So
not again.
I've never heard of that. I know what I'm ordering next time when I need to grill some
and
steaks.
it's honestly as tender as a sirloin, but about half the price.
Really? Okay. No,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's something.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I just learned something. That's amazing.
There you go.
So let me ask you. So what are some of the popular ones that, like, people, they know to go to you? Like these are some of the staples they're familiar with that you offer. I would maybe even consider to be like your best sellers.
So I'll tell you, it's funny that the best sellers are our burgers and our tube steaks.
Oh,
So
yeah,
our burgers are all gluten-free. In all the red meat ones, there's no breadcrumbs at all. And in the poultry ones, there's gluten-free breadcrumbs only, and there's very little of it. So there's really no filler.
Okay.
So they're very popular because if you're eating pure meat, it's, okay, literally my beef burger is salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, egg, and meat. So for every, I'm literally giving you the recipe. For every 1 pound of my meat that I do a special blend for, of like fat to meat,
Yeah.
for every pound there's 1 egg, 5 grams of salt, 2 grams of pepper, 7 grams of garlic, and 4 grams of paprika.
So what you're telling me
Try
is,
replicating it. Mine's still going to be better though.
so what you're telling me is there's absolutely no filler.
There's absolutely no fillers.
Amazing, amazing.
It's clean. And then these are tube steaks.
Yeah.
Like a lot of parents, we have so many parents that shop with us and they want to give their kids something easy like a hot dog. But hot dogs, everybody knows, are filled with crap.
Yeah.
We make our own, but we can't call them hot dogs because legally we don't put nitrates in our hot dogs, in our tube steaks, so we can't legally call them a hot dog. So our tube steaks are plain and simple. It's meat, so either the beef or the chicken, whichever one you're getting. I never mix meats.
Okay.
Water and spices. That's it.
Wow. Okay.
So you're getting salt, pepper, garlic, nutmeg, cloves, some white pepper. It's all getting mixed in. Some mustard, some coriander, paprika. Mix it together. Mix it until it's actually sticky to my hand.
Yeah.
And once it's really sticky, then I know it's been emulsified properly. And I actually hand crank it. And I use the old style hand crank and hand crank it by hand.
When I come and visit, I want to hand crank.
Yes, totally.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's phenomenal. I really, you know what, sometimes people just don't appreciate the love and the passion that goes into this, right? It's just sometimes mindless. When you go grocery shopping, you're looking for something. It's kind of mindless. It's so refreshing to kind of hear the journey, from farm to raising them to then you pretty much, respecting it and preserving, all of the effort, the collective effort that went into kind of raising the animal. So, that's amazing. Good on you though, Yuta.
Thank you.
For doing that. So let me ask you, Yuta, how was business like pre-COVID-19 and presently? Like, kind of walk us through kind of how the impact's been like.
It's definitely been interesting.
Okay.
Pre-COVID-19, people came in, you can talk to everybody, and you can have more of that explanation and talk and explain why we do things like what we're having right now. But with everything going on, it's died down in that regard. So people have gone back to the staples that they know. So it's hard to sell off to sell certain parts, because they're like, when I talk to you, let's say about a petite tender, I can explain to you where it's from, and we can have this whole conversation, and you're like, I'm going to try a petite tender.
Yeah.
Right. Or like the blade steak, like I was explaining. Right. But if someone's ordering on my website, they're like, petite tender, never heard of it, I'm going to go with the sirloin. I'm going to go with the strip loin, because I know that one. So it's changed the dynamic a lot of how people are shopping.
Okay.
But it's difficult, because I love what I do, and without being able to share that love, it's a lot harder. It doesn't feel as joyful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
no, I hear you. No, honestly, we can all sense that. So that's phenomenal. So let me ask you. So during kind of COVID-19, you shared a little bit in the beginning how your operations have changed. So obviously, public, you cannot walk in to the store.
So I'll tell you the reason why I did that, actually.
Okay.
So literally, as the beginning of March break, when we decided no more customers are allowed in the store, I could sense of what was going on and be able to see how the trends were going with just the natural human, way humans were interacting and rushing to stores. Right when they were saying don't do it, people were rushing, and I'm like, and I saw like a lot of people didn't come to my store and just like trying to stock up and everything, and I just said to myself, my wife has lupus, so she's a high risk. She's very high risk. Yeah. I said, the thing is that on a scale of like the bunch of different items. So one, my wife has lupus. I can't be around my kids because children are known to be carriers and not have symptoms. Right? So if I give something to them, they might give it to my wife. I give them a hug, and then they go give my wife a hug, even though I'm not touching my wife. Got it. They can give it to her just like that. Yeah. Right? And they wouldn't have. So number one, my being lupus, I had to stop. I had to distance myself to protect myself from getting sick. Number two, a small business like mine, and I know I'm not alone. I found that the majority of the businesses like mine who are less than 5 years old are in this bubble of that we don't qualify for anything from the government. And there's a lot of businesses like this. Yeah. So my biggest fear is that if I get sick, number one, aside from the fact that I haven't been, and like near my family for now almost a month, if I get sick, I have to shut down my business for 14 days. There'll be zero recovery from that. I see, it's funny, I see all the grocery stores, they're having employees testing positive for COVID, and no one's stopping to really think about that. And they're still going to their stores, not wearing gloves, not wearing masks. But if I went down, my customers are going to have nowhere to go. They're going to have to go back to the grocery store, and then I have to retrain people to try to come back to me. Yeah. Right. So it's a very hard thing for me. So I've taken it was a very tough decision, but I'll be honest, I'm straight honest with you. About a week and a half in, and I was working about 17, 18 hours a day. So it was beginning of March, and I had already started distancing myself from my family to be safe. And my wife came by, my kids ended up staying at my in-laws' house for the night, and she came by, and we're standing literally like 10 feet apart. She starts crying, and I'm like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "I don't think this is gonna work. Like, you're working long hours. You're here. You can't be around the family. You can't be around me. We can't really have a marriage even. This isn't gonna work. Like, we have to figure something out." And immediately, like that night, I posted on my social media. I said, "You know what? We're stopping. We're open. We're not allowing any customers in the store. We're open from noon to 5 every day for pickup. You can order for pickup or delivery. But we're stopped." Like, she was right. Like the sacrifices that I was making were gonna have a bigger detriment than positive. Yeah. So it really changed. And yes, I'm working today. I'm working 14 hours. But I have to get stuff done, but I've cut out the staff that no temporary staff, and I need the help.
Yeah.
But I need to be able to trust people. So I'm working longer hours. I have no temporary staff. People aren't allowed in the store at all. So customers, they'll place their order. We say order before 2 p.m. for same day pickup or delivery.
Got it.
So any orders after 2 automatically go on to the next day. So I've had to drive people's orders to their house at 7 o'clock at night because the order wasn't ready by 5 o'clock when I close. And when I make a commitment and a guarantee, I stand by it because I want people to know that I want them to stand by me too. If they just shit hits the fan kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
It's like that old. It's that old adage, like your word is your bond, right? And so the incredible sacrifices that you make to provide the best quality food experience for your clients, your customers, your friends, your family, it speaks from just hearing you on this podcast. I can pick up on that passion tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. So I know it. You eat, live, breathe. You're so passionate about what you do, the sacrifices that you've put in, and as a community, we have to come together and we have to support our local businesses, our small business owners. And so, you did share with us a little bit how you're operating right now. So right now you're accepting online orders. So for everyone who's listening,
online orders.
Okay.
Yeah. So orders placed online. We have everything we have available is on the website.
Okay.
And it's all tracked with inventory. So at any time, so if you see something's out, it's just a matter of, again, because I'm doing it all on my own, I just say to people, just give me a couple of days. Like if I'm out of tube steaks, the process is I have to age the cow for 3 weeks, then I have to butcher it, then I have to grind up the trim, then I have to season the meat, stuff it, let it sit overnight, then smoke it, then cool it, then package it, then freeze it, and then you can buy it. There's a lot of steps there.
If anyone ever complains to you about price, just share my contact information with them.
There you go.
Because it's absolutely incredible to hear the process, to hear the time, the love, the passion that goes into your craft and your business. And so, you know what? It's amazing. So we place our orders online. If anything's out, just, give Yehuda a couple of days. The guy's busy. He's running the whole thing on his own, butchering like cows and, getting all the beautiful cuts of meat ready to go. So you do offer same day delivery. Just make sure that your orders are in before 2 on that day.
Correct.
You're open from 12 to 5. So if I want to come by, I want to pick my order up. How does that look like? Do you just pop the trunk, you put it in there, and we're good to go?
Exactly. So when your order is ready, once I fulfill the order, you'll get an email or a text message. I ask people to actually leave their phone number on it, their profile, not just their email, because if they leave their phone, I call you to tell you that it's ready too.
Okay, great.
So that's not just a quick email, but an actual I'll call you. I'll explain to hey, you ordered this. This is how it's all packaged. I'll walk you through it. Any cooking instructions? Here you go.
Yeah.
And I tell people, when you get here, call me from your car, pop your trunk, I put it in your car, you close your trunk. So there's no contact. And I've been doing this honestly for a month. I was literally the first one to do this. That's the funny thing. I was literally the first store to do it. And I'm watching a lot of stores now move on into this direction.
Yeah.
And I'm like, got to be safe, got to keep my family, got to keep my customer safe, got to keep my client safe. I even have a lot of elderly customers. When they come by, here's a handful of gloves. Take some gloves, be safe. If you're going to come out, here's some gloves on the house. It's free, enjoy it, just be safe, wear them, throw them out, take care of yourself. So
Yehuda, you're one in a million, my friend. You're honestly one in a million. You're an amazing human being. Like, honestly, that's amazing. That's amazing. So Yehuda, let me ask you, so for the people that are listening, people that are watching, where can they find you? Where can they check you out? Where do you exist on social? Things like that. Drop your website address. Where can people find you?
Yeah, for sure. So brothersbutchershop.com. So shop is spelled SHOPPE, like the old style, because we do everything the old way. So it's brothersbutchershop.com. Instagram @brothersbutcher, Facebook Brothers Butcher Shop, Twitter @Brothers Butcher Shop. If you want to watch the videos of everything I do, we do live butchery videos. Yeah, we call it food porn. Yeah, so like I'll show you, and the whole reason is I can show people, look, here's the tag of the animal that we're butchering today. This is the legal tag number from the Ontario government. This is the farm. This is the weight. This is the breed, right? So now you know how old this animal was. You know how much it weighed. You know everything where it's from. This is why I'm going to butcher this animal this way.
Wow. And where can people come and watch those?
Facebook, all on Facebook. Check out our videos on Facebook. Yeah, we got tons. It's like, you know what, and the thing I tell people, interact. So ask questions when you're doing it. I'm watching the comments at the same time, and I tell people I'm answering questions throughout the whole video as well. Any questions you want to know, you're like, oh, that's a really cool. Like, how do, like, for example, like a blade strip. How do you cook that? I'm like, okay, very simple. This one's that you have to marinate for 24 hours. You know, grate in like a nice Korean sauce or a chimichurri. There you go. You know, and enjoy it. You know, and marinate it. After 24 hours, throw it on the grill, cook it medium rare, cut it nice and thin. You got yourself an amazing steak.
Amazing.
For like for buckets for close to nothing, right? So
I live in both beautiful worlds, in the Korean world and the Jewish world. My wife's Jewish, so it's the melding of both cultures. It's phenomenal. I love it. It's like food overload.
It's the best food. It's the best food.
That's amazing. Amazing. Well, you know what, I just want to say from me to you and for people watching and listening, thank you for everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
Your passion, we can feel your passion, see your passion, hear your passion. Everyone who's watching and listening, please do us all a favor. Do me a favor. Make sure that you put in your orders. Go out, support local, support Yehuda. The guy loves what he does. He's an absolute character. And it's safe to do so, you got to go and just have a chat with him. Just make sure you don't walk in with the whole store.
Thank you.
Yehuda, thank you so much again for your time. I hope you and your family, your customers all stay safe and stay healthy.
You
and
too.
Everyone, as all know the drill, be great, be kind, stay safe and stay healthy, everyone. Thanks again, Yehuda.
Thanks very much.
Take care.
Take care.